And right now we have In Magazine in the studio with us, and we're always anxious to hear what's going on around Park City and Salt Lake from you guys.
You guys have on the front of it this week a interesting store called Frosty Darling. Tell me a little bit about the store.
Frosty Darling is it's a store that has a lot of kind of cute, local made art, kind of eclectic. It's kind of like a happy Tim Burton sort of store.
It's called Frosty Darling.
Frosty
is it just
Darling.
Christmas time
Oh,
stuff,
no.
or is it all
it's
year round?
It's year round.
Okay.
And, you know, they've got everything from really unique, you know, handbags, and they have tentacles that you can like stuff tentacles and stuffed animals, and
really?
It's really kind of bizarre stuff. But yeah, we talk about that a lot in the issue. Part of the theme of this this week's issue was kind of Christmas time crafts and that sort of thing, and that their stuff fits in perfectly with it.
I like the tagline, childlike store for grown-ups. That's like perfect, isn't it?
And when if you walk in there, you're just amazed that this actually exists, because it is kind of like a Santa's workshop.
Where's
sort
the
of.
store at?
It's 3rd South, between 2nd and or 1st and 2nd East. Yeah,
177 East Broadway.
So it's just east of the Broadway
downtown.
Theater. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun store. You know, I live just around the corner from it, so it's nice to kind of drive past and see that something like that actually exists, because it is very kind of like movie-esque. So if nothing else, you really need to go in and at least look and see.
Everything from stockings to like really creative raggedy Andy dolls to neat bracelets.
And it's all locally made?
Most of it's locally made. I don't know if it's 100%, but
a lot of it is.
The majority of it is, yes.
Okay, well, that's a good store to check out. What else is in the magazine for this week?
You know, we've got a movie this week called Slumdog Millionaire that's coming out, and it's directed by Danny Boyle, who did 28 Days Later, Millions, and Trainspotting and all that. And it is just an absolutely crazy kind of show because it combines, you know, elements of romance, drama, thriller. It takes place in India, and you can see what the slums are like in India.
Really?
And it's got, you know, a little bit of Bollywood in it. It's just all over the place, but it works.
Oh, I would love
Where's it going to play?
It's getting a pretty wide release, which is kind of interesting, because originally this film looked like it was going to kind of be pushed under the carpet, because when you look at it, it's how in the world do you market this film? Because it is such a combination of all these genres. But the fact of the matter is, it's so good that
you're giving it good reviews.
I love
you're pretty legit on your reviews.
I love this film. It's not perfect. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's funny because there's absolutely no one in it that you've ever heard of, and even in India, most of these actors are nobodies. They're, you know, just the people they brought together, and it is just it's an inspiring show. But like I said, it's got some romance. It's got some action in it. I mean,
you said the two best things: romance, action. That gets every guy and girl to the film.
And the funny thing is, I think it is a film that everyone will enjoy. Sometimes you get a really good film that's like, well, you know, it's really dramatic. Some people aren't going to get into this. They're going to get bored or whatnot because of the pacing. But this film is it's amazing. It's all based around, you have this this boy who grew up in the slums of India, and he ends up on, you know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And he's answering all the questions, and they don't believe, how in the world is this kid who grew up in the slums going to know all this stuff? And so they actually have him arrested. And so the film is about him convincing the police officers that, no, look, this is how I know all the answers to this. This is my life. And you just get to see this kid from a you know, young age, teenager to young adult, and it's just amazing, because you just love this guy, and you see all the hardship he's gone through and everything, and it's just a really exciting film.
And what's family friendly?
You know, I think it's PG-13. I think it's.
Is it something you take the kids to?
I don't know that you would want to take the kids to it. Maybe teenager kids, but you know, there is you know, a little bit of violence in it. You know, which it's a view you wouldn't normally see of India. Because normally, you know, Taj Mahal and that sort of thing, which you do see in it, but which is a kind of a funny.
It's kind of nice to see the other side, though. And you did say Bollywood as well.
There is a little Bollywood in it, mostly right at the
incredible.
end. But yeah, it captures, I think, the essence of India right now, and which is very.
Especially that's been so in the news recently.
And
too.
it's yes, exactly, and they've actually talked about how this this film came out and getting such great reviews, and then, you know, the tragedies that have happened there, that they're worried that it will kind of take the focus away, whereas the film looked like it was going to kind of get people to go, and now people are kind of iffy about it. But
and the name of it again is?
Slumdog Millionaire.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
Interesting name, so that's a good one to see.
That is a
also
good one.
check out this store, Frosty Darling. It's in downtown Salt Lake if you're looking for some gifts, some fun craft ideas maybe as well.
Any new games that have come out for Christmas?
You know, Prince of Persia. It's rated teen. There's really nothing offensive in it. It's phenomenal. It's really quite good. And it's nice to have something that is rated teen, because most of the good games that come out this year have been rated mature. So Prince of Persia is if you're, you know, and it's on Xbox 360, it's on PS3.
I'm so out of that scene.
So yeah, that just came out in the past few weeks.
Oh, and we just came out with their music one, right?
Yeah, there's a few. You know, to be honest with you, it's kind of been a down year for Wii. At least, you know, from our readership tends to be a little bit older, so there were quite a few kids games that came out for Wii, but there weren't a lot of things that came over to the adult. I mean, you do have like the Wii Fit and that sort of thing, but the Wii this year was kind of for kids and people who don't typically play, you know,
bowling, so you can
games.
bowl with grandma.
Yeah, you know, in the exercise stuff. So it's kind of an odd year for them, but hopefully next year will be a little more, you know, up for them as far as the kind of middle age, old age games go.
All right. Well, in Magazine, you guys are always bringing up a lot of stuff. And what's the deal? All the girls are ditching out.
Yeah, you know,
it's you and the 3 girls, and somehow
and apparently the girls,
it's just him lately.
They refuse to drive up here with me.
And it's such a gorgeous drive, especially with all the snowfall.
Yeah, but when
they
have
to drive
yeah, they have to drive
Ryan,
with me. You have to talk to me the whole time, and I think they get enough of me. You know, there's
during the day,
yeah, we're at the cubicle, and I have a lot of toys at my desk, and I kind of annoy them and things like that.
You know, I want you to know, I was at a stoplight last night in downtown Salt Lake, and I look over, and there is a stand with In Magazine.
Good.
Good. And then I was at the hair salon at H2O at Gateway last week getting my hair done, and actually King was getting his hair done, and I'm sitting there and I pick up In Magazine, didn't notice Jen's picture on the front, and I'm looking through it, and I'm like, there's Jen, and then I look at the front, and so I'm noticing In Magazine everywhere.
I think.
Well, you know, we like to put beautiful people on our cover.
Oh, right.
We did well. She was the cutest little elf.
Thanks for being so nice.
Well, occasionally I have to be nice.
Yeah, occasionally. You're nice on air, off air, it's a different story, so.
So it is nice to be able to see In Magazine so many different places you go to pick up and find out
and
what's really going on.
We're trying to get more
Lake.
up here. We're trying to, I mean, you know,
I have seen it at a few of the restaurants up here.
We love Park City. I mean, it's not just, you know,
you also have a good audience for it.
Well, exactly, and you know, we were at Harry O's you know, what, 2 weeks ago or whatever, which, again, like they said, you ended up in the magazine.
I ended up in the magazine again. I made it twice.
You know, and we're definitely, Sundance is coming up, so we are going to be up here. Well, I'm going to be probably sleeping on the floor here, if that's okay. But
we'll let you.
You let me sleep on the floor. Yeah. That's good, because I don't know where else or when else I'll sleep. But.
Okay, well, Ryan, thanks for coming up every Friday In Magazine. We hope you guys have a great weekend. We've had a good show. Enjoy it and enjoy the snow.
Yes, the snow's finally here, so get out and go skiing or snowboarding. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.